The Don of the Russo family lay on the brink of death following a hit by a rival syndicate. On his deathbed, surrounded by the family's capos, he made his final will, whichever of his two sons made it to the hospital first, and slipped the black onyx ring onto his finger would inherit the multi-billion-dollar mafia empire. As the eldest son, Cassian was only a 30-minute drive away. The throne was practically handed to him. Instead, he chose to throw a lavish birthday party for his precious sweetheart, Julia, on a private yacht. She told him she wanted no interruptions, so he shut off his phone. In my previous life, I took a speedboat, stormed the yacht with a crew, and dragged him back to the hospital by force, securing his seat as the Don. But because he left her midway, Julia stood on the deck crying all night, caught a nasty fever, and threatened to break up with him when she woke up. Once in power, Cassian was driven mad by guilt. He called me a cold-blooded, heartless bitch, had my feet set in concrete, and threw me off the Brooklyn Bridge. When I opened my eyes, I was back in that hospital, with the family lawyer desperately urging me to make the call. I looked down at my phone. On Instagram, Cassian had just posted. I calmly double-tapped the screen to like his post. Then I sent a text to my exiled brother-in-law, Mateo.
Valerie, what are you zoning out for? Call Cassian now. The Don gave his word. Whoever gets that black onyx ring on their finger before he takes his last breath rules the Russo family. It is a 30-minute drive. If Cassian leaves right now, this billion-dollar empire is his.
I masked the cold hatred in my eyes. In front of a room full of capos and doctors, I dialed Cassian's number. It rang for a long, long time. Just as the lawyer started sweating, the call finally connected.
Valerie, are you out of your mind? How many times do I have to tell you? It is Julia's birthday, and I am staying with her.
Your father was shot. They are trying to save him in the hospital.
Cassian, are you going to leave me again?
Valerie, it is my birthday. I just want him for one night. You really don't need to make up such twisted lies. Do I have to get on my knees and beg you to let him stay a little longer?
Don't be scared, Julia. I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere.
Did you hear that? It is just one night. Can you drop the jealous wife routine for one?
Hearing this, the lawyer's veins popped on his forehead. He snatched the phone.
Cassian, it is the family lawyer. Valerie is not lying.
The Don was actually hit. He is in the hospital right now. You need to get here in 30 minutes, because the Don said...
Oh, the family lawyer, huh?
An arrogant male voice suddenly cut in. It was Jax, Cassian's lackey and Julia's younger brother. Jax laughed mockingly through the speaker.
Valerie, you really pulled out all the stops today, hiring actors and everything. Too bad you miscalculated. I got a buddy on the payroll in that precinct. He said the streets are dead quiet tonight. No hits, no nothing. Valerie is just a jealous bitch paying actors to put on a show so you will go crawling back to her.
Valerie, using my father's life for a cheap stunt. You disgust me.
Is this the eldest son? How could he be this stupid?
Valerie, you fucking curse!
In my past life, I was too panicked to react and took the hit. This time, I was ready. I sneered and took a step back.
Where is he? Where is Cassian?
If Cassius doesn't make it back, if the family falls into someone else's hands, I will sell you to the brothels myself!
Useless trash! You can't even get your own man to come back. If Cassian loses his inheritance, we will skin you alive!
I knew why they were losing their minds. Carmela wasn't the Don's legal wife. She started out as a stripper and used her pregnancy to climb the ladder, giving birth to his firstborn, Cassian. Years ago, when the Don's actual wife was heavily pregnant, Carmela showed up at the estate with her baby, spitting such vicious insults that the wife went into premature labor and bled to death on the operating table. The legitimate son, Mateo, who was born without a mother, was treated like a thorn in their side. Cassian and Carmela abused him, beat him, and eventually found an excuse to exile him to Sicily, keeping him far away from the family's core business. Though the Don let Carmela live in the manor, he always thought she was too low class to actually marry. That meant if the Don died and Cassian didn't take the throne, family rules dictated Carmela would be thrown out on the streets. If she goes down, her crew goes down with her. That is why they're all looking sick with worry.
Are you deaf? Call his lackey! Tell him to drag Cassian here right now!
I looked at her coldly, didn't argue, and obediently dialed Jax's number.
Valerie, are you physically incapable of taking a hint? Can't you give it a rest? Stop clinging to the boss like a desperate loser. Honestly, if you were my woman, I would tie you up and beat some sense into you first. Women need to learn to shut up and stay out of family business.
His blatant disrespect left everyone in the room stunned.
Jax, I don't care if you believe me. The dawn is fading fast. He gave his word between Cassian and Matteo. Whoever puts on the ring first gets the empire.
A sudden, eerie silence fell over the line. Jax's tone shifted, sounding hesitant.
Are you serious?
It is true. It is true. I am Cassian's mother. You need to tell him to come back. There's a back. It's about the inheritance.
Jax said slowly.
Well, if it's true, I'll go tell the boss right now.
Carmela let out a huge
Thank
breath
God.
of relief.
As long as Cassian gets back.
A burst of hysterical laughter erupted from the phone. Jax sounded like he just heard the funniest joke in the world.
Jesus Christ. Valerie, you really don't know when to quit, do you? I already busted your little scam, and you are still bringing the actors back for a second act? Let me tell you something. The boss said even if the FBI raids this boat tonight, nobody is ruining his alone time with my sister. Your little mind games are useless. If you know what's good for you, get lost.
The boss is filing for divorce tomorrow.
He is only going to love my sister for the rest of his life, and I am going to be the Don's brother-in-law. As for you, get ready to pack your bags and go beg on the streets.
The call hung up mercilessly, slowly turning into sheer horror. I made my eyes well up with tears, looking extremely wrong. I had been married to Cassian for 3 years. To secure his position in the family, I spent countless sleepless nights cooking, hiding his dirty money, and cleaning up his messes. And what did he do? He took the money I made him and bought a $10 million yacht for Julia.
Valerie, you already have the title of the Russo family's wife. Julia has nothing. What is wrong with spending some money to make it up to her?
He even had the nerve to tell me.
All men stray. As long as he comes home to you, why do you care how many girls he keeps on the side?
Yeah, exactly. So tonight, let Cassian be with the woman he truly loves. As for the Godfather's seat, you can kiss it goodbye. A mess of heavy footsteps echoed in the hallway. A group of capos loyal to Cassian burst into the room.
Where is he? Why isn't he here yet?
It is her fault. Valerie is useless. She couldn't even get him on the phone.
The elders were furious. They grabbed a thick stack.
What the hell are you good for, Valerie? We bet everything on Cassian. If he misses out of the ring tonight, we all go down with him. You stupid, useless bitch!
Before I could say a word, the heart monitor suddenly started blaring a warning alarm. The private physician rushed over to check. A moment later, he gave a slight shake of his head.
Gentlemen, the Dawn has 40 minutes at most. You need to figure this out fast.
40 minutes, honestly. If Cassian just checked his social media or picked up the phone, a 30-minute drive from the docks was more than enough time. Hope reignited in Carmela's eyes. Her hands shook as she dialed his number.
Cassian, please, pick up your mother's call.
The yacht was anchored just off the coast. Julia straddled Cassian's lap. She complained about the ringing phone killing the mood.
That ringing is giving me a headache. Cassian, just turn it off or throw it in the ocean. Tonight is my birthday.
She lowered her eyelashes.
You can only have me in your world. You can only look at me. Can you do that for me?
Cassian hesitated for a second, Valerie's words flashing through his mind, but looking at Julia's lustful, dependent eyes, any doubt he had vanished. The old man was tough as nails. He wouldn't just drop dead.
All right. As long as my queen is happy, even if the sky falls, you are the only thing I care about.
Cassian kissed her hard, then, without a second thought, tossed both phones into the dark sea.
Sorry. The number you have reached is unavailable.
Carmela must have called 20 times. Her men tried to comfort her.
Donna Carmela, don't panic. Even if Cassian doesn't make it, it is fine. That bastard Matteo is still in Sicily, right?
A flight from there takes over 10 hours. He will never make it.
Hearing this, Carmela let out a breath she was holding. But then one of their spies rushed into the room.
Ma'am, bosses, someone said they saw Matteo's crew a few blocks away. He is almost here.
Impossible. He is in Sicily. How could he be back so fast?
I stood quietly by the edge of the room, feeling a dark sense of satisfaction. Actually, Matteo had secretly returned to New York days ago to handle some family business. In my previous life, Carmela blocked all information from reaching him so he wouldn't compete for power.
Never let Matteus know.
By the time Matteo found out and rushed over, he was 30 minutes too late. But this time, the moment I opened my eyes, I sent the news straight to him.
The docks! Go to the docks! You useless trash! Come with me! We are bringing him back!
Carmela completely lost it. I let her drag me into the car, because I knew exactly how obsessed Cassian was with Julia. He had locked down that yacht for their alone time. Even if Carmela went herself, it wouldn't change a damn thing. When we got to the pier, Carmela and her heavily armed thugs rushed the entrance like maniacs, but a dozen guards armed with assault rifles blocked the gate. Standing front and center was Jax, looking as smug as ever.
Are you blind? The boss locked down the pier tonight. Not even a fly gets in.
I am his mother! Let me in! Tell Cass that Mateo's about to steal his throne!
Lost her balance and crashed hard onto the concrete.
Listen here, old lady. You guys are really addicted to this acting gig, huh? First, Valerie gets someone to fake being a lawyer and a mom over the phone, and now you show up trying to play the victim? You people will stoop to anything to ruin his night with my sister. The boss gave a direct order. Even if his own mother shows up, she can wait outside.
Carmela was shaking violently, choking on her own fury. She ordered her men to break through, but after a brief, bloody scuffle, they were beaten back, heads bleeding. Utterly desperate, Carmela screamed, cursed, and clawed at the heavy iron gates. Finally, her knees gave out. She literally dropped to her knees in front of Jax, bowing her head against the dirt.
I beg you, let me in to see him. If we are too late, everything is gone.
Leaning against the car door watching this circus, I couldn't stop the corner of my lips from curving up. At that exact moment back in the hospital, dozens of eyes were glued to the heart monitor as the jagged lines grew flatter and flatter. Then, the hallway fell dead silent. A tall, imposing figure in a black trench coat stepped over the threshold. The moment his heavy boots halted, the red line on the monitor flatlined completely. The family lawyer took a deep breath. Facing the elders, his voice rang out solemn and clear.
According to the final will and testament, Mr. Matteo arrived at the final moment. From this second on, Mr. Matteo is the undisputed Don of the Russo family.
No matter how furious Cassian's supporters were, no one dared to say a word. Matteo slipped the black onyx ring onto his finger. One by one, every capo in the room bowed their heads in submission. When the voice note from my informant played through my phone, Carmela's eyes rolled back, and she fainted cold on the damp concrete. Meanwhile, out on the yacht, the two of them were still tangled in the sheets. Julia curled up against Cassian's bare chest, her skin still flushed and damp.
Cassian, this is the best day of my life. Thank you for risking everything for me. Promise me you'll always be this good to me.
Of course, just wait. Someday I'm gonna get rid of Valera and make you my real wife.
The yacht was nearing the docks. Cassian glanced up. Waiting for them on the pier was a sea of dark suits, and the blood instantly drained from his face. Cassian marched over, his eyes full of contempt.
Valerie, you are like a ghost that won't go away! What kind of stunt is this? Bringing in a bunch of crazy bitches here to cry and make a scene? You think making yourself look pitiful is gonna make me look at you?
He noticed the unconscious woman on the ground and the bleeding thugs. But he was so blinded by annoyance, he didn't even recognize his own mother.
Boss, don't worry. I kept all these troublementers out. Not a single fly got in to ruin your romantic night with my sister. Valerie, if you keep acting like a psycho, we are filing for divorce tomorrow. For 3 years, you have paraded around acting like the queen of the Russo family, but in bed you are as boring as a piece of wood. I'm sick of you.
Believe me, with one word, I can have you thrown out of this family with nothing.
Valerie, I actually feel sorry for you. You married Cassian for money and power, but your heart is full of schemes. You can't offer him anything real. Cassian doesn't need power. He needs true love. Why put yourself through this?
Fine. You two go love each other forever.
Stop!
Matei? What are you doing here? Hey, where are you going? Get back here right now!
Suddenly, a sharp, echoing slap rang out. Carmela, who had just woken up from the cold ground, summoned a terrifying amount of strength and backhanded Julia right across her delicate face. Julia screamed and collapsed, half of her face instantly swelling up.
Mom, what are you doing here? Why are you acting crazy with Valerie? Why did you hit Julia?
Hit her? I will skin the bitch alive! Open your damn eyes and look! Look at what your stupidity just cost us for this little slit!
Frowning with extreme irritation, Cassian grabbed the phone. On the screen was the breaking news alert flashing across every major network. Russo family Don assassinated. Second son Matteo arrives at last minute to inherit empire. A new godfather rises. Right below the headline was a high-definition video of the lawyer's announcement.
According to the final will and testament, Mr. Matteo arrived at the final moment. Mr. Matteo is the undisputed Don of the Russo family.
In the video, Matteo, dressed in a sharp black suit, stood by the Don's bed and slipped the black onyx ring onto his finger. Cassian's pupils shrank to pinpricks. He stared at the screen, his fingers starting to tremble uncontrollably.
No, this is impossible.